The Godfather, power ends up in the hands of someone who didn't want it. But what if the story went exactly the opposite way? What if the father, the one who was too good at power, had stayed? Do you think the film would have become calmer or far more terrifying? The name Don Vito Corleone defines power, not just a Don, a father, a refuge. The final decision, he never had to shout his power. His power was quiet, controlled, respectful, negotiation first, violence only at the very end. He had his own strategy, and more than anything, he believed in respect. We loved The Godfather not because he was kind, but because he had control. When he entered a scene, the air changed. Everyone listened, even his enemies. And deep down, we wanted him to stay longer, just to watch that calm power. In the film, we see that with the father's death, Michael continues his father's path, one he never wanted to enter. But one question has always been there in our minds. If the father had lived, how would the story have played out? The story moves forward as if the father must leave for the narrative to continue. But what if that hadn't happened? Imagine the father doesn't die. Not heroically, not tragically. He simply steps aside. Not out of fear, not out of weakness, out of exhaustion. He chooses one of his sons as his successor. Not the best, not the smartest, because in the Don's view, worthiness for power is innate, not learned. Power goes to the one who can control it. And by that logic, he chose Michael. At first, everything works. Even better than before, enemies are afraid, decisions are faster, but more blood is spilled because someone who is inherently driven by power is always hungry for it and wants to be satisfied at any cost. This is where the game changes. Power is a tool only up to a point. After that, you become the tool, and the father just watches. This is when the father understands his mistake wasn't stepping aside. His mistake was believing that hunger for power was enough. Power without limits doesn't empower you, it suffocates you and everyone around you. He chose someone who understood power, but not its boundaries, and now there is no way back. Things get worse and worse until the father decides to take power back, not for himself, for the family's name, and more than anything, to save his son. But for the first time, his words carry no weight. The power he created is now used against him. The son no longer sees his father. He sees only power. The father can't watch his son drown in this anymore. He tries everything to pull him out, but the harder he tries, the greedier the son becomes. Until he kills his father, not out of hatred, not out of revenge, but because he is executing exactly what his father taught him. Remove the obstacle to reach power. This is the cruelest effect of power, because once you have it, you stop seeing anything else, even family. Maybe the Godfather shouldn't have died. Maybe if he had stayed, the family wouldn't be saved, and the world wouldn't be safer. We just would have realized sooner that power, once transferred, can never be controlled again, even by the one who played it best.